Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty World at War, and we're playing a bit of War, which is kind of relevant to yesterday's video where I talked about Advanced Warfare's new game mode Momentum, which is basically going to be War from World at War, but for the first time since 2008, it's actually going to be featured in a Call of Duty game, so that's going to be pretty cool. We talked about that in yesterday's video. If you guys didn't check that out, there'll be a link to that at the end of the video, as there usually is, or you can go to my channel, and it's on there as well. But welcome to this week's episode of Dear Nero, which of course is the weekly series here in my channel where subscribers send me in fan mail and or fan questions, and I do my best to go ahead and answer them. Before we get into the questions here, I need to get something off my chest here. I need to vent to all you wonderful people, because I just got finished playing World at War. The gameplay you guys are watching right now is recorded probably 30 minutes ago. I've played for about an hour, and World at War, guys, oh my goodness, man, what happened to World at War? What happened to my childhood? Although I was like 16 or 17 when that game came out, so I guess it wasn't my childhood, but I just have like so many nostalgic memories of this game. I loved World at War. It was such a fantastic game. I love World War II, and I go back to it now, and it's so bad. It's so bad because the community that still plays World at War is nothing but A, snipers, or B, horrible players. And you're going to see throughout this gameplay that I have a combination of snipers and horrible players on my team. And the other team, they're all basically horrible players, with the exception of this one guy who is using the God Cannon, the MP40, which if you guys didn't play World at War, those of you guys that did play World at War, some of you veterans out there, please vouch for me in the comments. The MP40 is the most overpowered Zeus cannon of a weapon that you will ever see. This is a submachine gun that kills in 3 to 4 shots at any range. If you're playing hardcore mode and you're using the MP40 submachine gun, it's a one-hit kill at any distance. It's freaking ridiculously powerful. And there's this guy running around spraying me down with that. And man, it's the fact that there's so many snipers playing World at War now. You're forced to use Juggernaut. If you guys don't know, Juggernaut and Stopping Power were perks back in Call of Duty 4, World at War, and Modern Warfare 2. And then they later end up getting removed as of Black Ops. And I don't think they ever actually made a return since then. Basically, Stopping Power gave your bullets like extra damage, which most people use Stopping Power on stuff. Or you could use Juggernaut as your second perk, which gave you a little bit more health, but you didn't get to have stopping power. That was kind of the trade-off. The beauty of Juggernaut was that snipers could not one-shot kill you unless they got you in like the neck or like in the head or something like that. That was the beauty of Juggernaut. It was like a counter to snipers. And so when you play World at War now, you're forced to use Juggernaut, and it's obnoxious. Oh, it's obnoxious, but the gameplay here is a game on upheaval playing War. I do pretty good. Teammates are, like I said, complete booty, and if you follow me on Twitter, you saw a screenshot of a score about halfway through. I think I get like 40-something kills halfway through the game, and my next closest person on my team has 4 kills. It's pretty freaking bad. My teammates are atrocious. If you want to talk about carrying and talking about like a one-man army player, that is me in this video. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the gameplay, but enough World at War ranting aside. This is Dear Nero. It's not about the gameplay. It's about your guys' questions, my answers to them, and let's hop in here with the first question. He's going to write, Dear Nero, yesterday you put up a video about how Momentum, otherwise known as War, will work in Advanced Warfare. Do you think that it will play the same as it did back in World at War, or do you think it will be totally different? Marcos from New York. So Marcos, War itself is a fun game mode. As much as I'm ranting about World at War, War was a fun game mode back when World at War was out, or maybe if you have a full party. I think all my problems with what's happening in World at War right now would just be completely countered if I had like a party of my friends. But all my friends are playing Destiny right now, and I'm playing tons of WoW right now, and of course, just all my friends are kind of split up at the moment, so I wasn't able to get a party going together to play World at War this morning. But I think it's going to play basically the same. If you look at Domination, let's take Domination for an example. Domination in Modern Warfare 2 plays basically the same as Domination in Call of Duty Ghost. You got your 3 flags, and there you go. That's how you do it. You capture the flags, and you try and have more flags in the enemy team. And if you do that for long enough, you're going to end up winning the match. That's kind of how it worked. Now, of course, there's different nuances with the way the game worked with Domination as compared to how it works with here in Ghost. Like, you think of Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2, and even World at War, although Domination and World at War was not really relevant because everyone was playing War. The spawn trapping was a bigger thing in COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2, I would say. It was definitely a bigger thing. The way the maps were set up, the spawns would not flip as easily in Domination, but the spawns definitely seem to flip pretty freaking easily if you're playing Ghost or you're playing Black Ops 2, or definitely in Modern Warfare 3. If you're playing Domination and you even just look at the enemy flag funny, all of a sudden the enemy team's spawning completely behind you on your back flag, because the game is just, they really want to cater to these players that don't want to get spawn trapped. That's kind of what that's kind of the path that Call of Duty he's been taking over the years. And if there's one thing I'm worried about with War or Momentum in Advanced Warfare, it's that possibly they're going to take that same approach with War, and they're going to make it so, you know, the enemy team spawns just flip completely. Who remembers Demolition during Modern Warfare 3? So during Modern Warfare 2, and of course during Black Ops, Demolition spawn trapping was a big deal. People would completely, you know, they would go capture one of the bomb sites, then they would just push up and they would just literally spawn kill people throughout the rest of the round. And so Demolition spawn trapping was a big thing in those games. In Modern Warfare 3, they tried to alleviate spawn trapping, and what did they do to do that? They basically just ruined the spawn system. Like, if you're on defense in Demolition on Modern Warfare 3, and you get anywhere near the enemy spawn, suddenly the enemy team, the attacking team, is spawning on the objective. They're spawning on the bomb sites, and that's not how that should work. That's not how that should work at all. That is just a horrible system, and I'm worried that if we have this new game mode Momentum in Advanced Warfare, that maybe if we're getting too close to their spawn, then suddenly they're going to spawn all of them on the objective, which that's not fair to anybody, you know? So they shouldn't be able to spawn them towards the objective. I hope the spawn system works the same way it did in World of War. Of course, spawn trapping is a little bit of a thing, but you're not getting, you know, fish in a barrel like you were in Demolition during Black Ops. You're not getting knifed as you spawn, like some guy standing behind a spawn point, just, you're constantly spamming the knife button and getting kill after kill after kill after kill. It was nothing like that. It was a good style of spawn trapping with World of War's War, whereas the teammate, you kind of have an idea of where people would spawn all the time. Picture Hijack from Black Ops 2, how that map is just completely straight, and basically if you're playing Domination on Hijack, all you really have to do is move forward and you're going to find people. That's how War worked. That's how War worked. The spawn system was pretty good, and I'm hoping that's how it's going to work in Advanced Warfare. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, in Advanced Warfare, there are actually two mini-map styles, one classic and one ghost. A YouTuber I watch from time to time showed us 40 minutes worth of short clips from his Advanced Warfare gameplay, to which I noticed that the mini-maps were different, whether it was an option or if it's automatic. I have no idea. I just want to know your opinion on this, and by the way, amazing art you made in your last video, and this person did not leave his or her name in the message. So that's interesting, because I have noticed that. You look at some of the trailers, I think one of the first things I pointed out, like when we got like a little bit of a teaser of the Advanced Warfare multiplayer, it's like, look guys, look, there's a square mini-map. And then there's other times where it's like, wait a minute, that's the Call of Duty Ghost one. Why? No! Because I don't like the Call of Duty Ghost mini-map. I'm not a big fan of it, personally. I like the traditional one like we have here in World of War. This is standard square. It's a lot easier to read for me, for my taste. I like it more. I'm more used to that. Like you guys know, I've been playing Call of Duty since 2007, and the mini-map has always been the same, and then they changed it up completely in Call of Duty Ghost, and that just bothered me, messed with me. So I definitely want the old style back, and if there is an option to have two, that is actually some cool innovation right there. I like that. That one that adds some customization to the game that was not there before. Never we ever been able to customize our mini-maps in Call of Duty before, so that would be pretty freaking cool. And two, it gives you the option of what you want to do. Like for me, I love the classic style. Maybe some of you guys, I've seen some people in the comments of that video where I talked about the minimap, some of you guys like the Call of Duty Ghost minimap, and I think it's cool that you're not going to be forced one way or the other to use the minimap system that you don't like. So if that is in there, which I cannot confirm this, if someone in the comments can maybe confirm this for me, I looked it up online, I couldn't find much about it. If this is true, if it is able to make it so you can choose between the classic minimap and the Ghost minimap, that would be pretty freaking awesome, and that'd be a great idea for Advanced Warfare. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, in a recent video, you talked about previous prestiges in Call of Duty. If you remember Modern Warfare 3, you received prestige unlocks for every previous Call of Duty that you had prestiged in at least once. Because Sledgehammer Games actually worked on the creation of Modern Warfare 3, how do you feel if they were to put a cool feature like this in the upcoming Advanced Warfare? Personally, I think it would be awesome. Congrats on 250,000 subscribers, Cameron from Illinois. So Cameron, you're right, and that's actually something I didn't actually touch on. So I did a video talking about Advanced Warfare's prestige system and how we learned that there's going to be 15 prestiges and 50 levels for every prestige. And I just kind of went back through all the different kinds of prestige that we've had throughout Call of Duty, going all the way from Call of Duty 4 when prestige was first implemented, all the way up to Call of Duty Ghost. I talked about Modern Warfare 3, but I did not actually mention that little feature that they had, but it was actually kind of a nice feature, where these tokens that you would get, like these prestige unlocks for Modern Warfare 3, you would actually get extra ones of those for having prestiged in older Call of Duty games. And another cool thing I thought that they did within Modern Warfare 3 that they didn't implement in any of the newer Call of Duties was on your player card, it showed you what prestige you were on the older games. I thought that was just a cool system, you know? Like, you look at my player card in Modern Warfare 3, it's like, hey, look at this guy. He's 10th prestige on COD 4. He's 10th prestige on World of War. He's 10th prestige on Modern Warfare 2. He's 15th prestige on Black Ops. And then, of course, it was Modern Warfare 3 at the time. I thought that was pretty cool. It kind of shows I have absolutely no life, and I don't know, I just thought it was neat, but at the same time, it's not really as much of a badge of honor as I wish it was, because those older games, Modern Warfare 2, everybody and their mother got, you know, into a mod lobby, then boosted up to 10th prestige. You know, if you go back to World at War, no one plays that game legit anymore. It's so easy to get modded up to 10th prestige in both Call of Duty 4 and World at War, so it's not really it doesn't mean what it used to mean anymore, but still, I thought it was a cool system how they had that, and it was also kind of nice that you got kind of rewarded, as minimal of a reward as it was nice to get rewarded for being, you know, prestiging in older Call of Duty games and getting a little bit of reward for things you did in older Call of Duty games. I thought that was pretty cool. I like that. And sure, I would like for that to be a feature within Advanced Warfare, assuming, of course, they go with the Modern Warfare 3 style system, which, if you think about it, the prestige systems for Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 3 were basically the same, except for Modern Warfare 3, you had a bit more customization to it. So during Black Ops 2, if you were to prestige, you would get kind of like this unlock, a permanent unlock where you could, you know, take a piece of gear with you or do whatever with it, right? And in Modern Warfare 3, it was basically the same thing, but you had a choice. You could take a piece of gear, be it a gun, a perk, a kill streak, or whatever. You could take a piece of gear with you, or you could choose 2 hours of double XP, or you could choose 2 hours of double weapon XP, or you could choose special titles and emblems and stuff like that. Like, it was basically the same thing as Black Ops 2, but actually a little bit better, so I do kind of hope they have that in Advanced Warfare, and if they do have that, it would be kind of cool to get rewarded for having prestige on older Call of Duty games. Yeah, I think everyone would like that. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, I've been playing Borderlands 2 a lot recently. I've been wondering if you will be posting any videos of the pre-sequel. Keep up the great work. And this person, again, did not leave his or her name. So that's two of the first 4 questions. The person did not leave his or her name. That stinks. But, alright, Borderlands 2, you've been playing a lot of it recently. I definitely don't blame you for that. Borderlands 2 is a fantastic game. Will I be posting any videos of the pre-sequel? I will. I'll definitely be posting videos of the pre-sequel. In fact, if you guys watch my Let's Play channel, which I do have a Let's Play channel, youtube.com/Neros, Neros, Let's Plays, right? Here's Let's Plays. This is my second channel. A lot of people don't even know I have that channel. And on that channel, we have a bunch of Let's Plays, a bunch of different games. Right now, I'm doing a lot of stuff with Hearthstone. I just finished up a arena series in Hearthstone with Wildcat as kind of like my coach, and that was pretty fun. Doing a lot of Hearthstone stuff. We did a bunch of Game Dev Tycoon, which I'm going to be adding some more videos to Game Dev Tycoon here relatively soon, because I don't think I ended the series properly. Got tons of Pokemon games, like Pokemon Fire Red. We've got Pokemon Soul Silver, Pokemon Yellow, a bunch of Pokemon games on there, as well as just, you know, various Let's Plays. And one of those Let's Plays is Borderlands 2. We have 100 episodes of Borderlands 2 on my Let's Play channel. I love that freaking game, man. And we're also doing some of the Headhunter DLCs, me and Toucan. Toucan does a lot of videos with me. We did a bunch of DayZ standalone videos and stuff over there on that channel. And so Toucan and I, we're definitely be doing the Borderlands pre-sequel. We're definitely be doing that. I would like to get the game early. Borderlands is a series to me where it's like Call of Duty, where I love the game enough that I want to get it early and I want to be able to, you know, have tons of videos ready for release day. But the thing about the pre-sequel is I don't know how easy it is to get a PC version of the game early. I know it's easy to get like a console version of a game early, but a PC version is what I'm looking for because I love Borderlands on the PC. So I don't know. I'm gonna try and get it early if I can, whatever. If not, still there's gonna be a full playthrough of the campaign, like the story mode or whatever, of Borderlands pre-sequel. I also think that my channel is going to take kind of a big turn, Nero's Let's Plays that is, once Borderlands the pre-sequel comes out. I think there's gonna be a lot more Borderlands style videos on there. I think instead of just doing, you know, your standard Let's Plays and, you know, going through DLC and going through the game and whatnot, I actually want to do legendary weapon guides. I want to do guides. I want to do stuff that actually helps out players and stuff that people like to watch. And so you just do more stuff with Borderlands because I like Borderlands so much. I ended up doing a video. I spent quite a lot of time putting together this video. I think it turned out pretty well. I made a video teaching people how to farm tubbies or chubbies, wherever you want to call them, within Borderlands 2 and where you can find them. I showed maps. And I was doing detailed walkthroughs and stuff and how people can do it. And I went and recorded myself a ton, you know, farming these farming these tubbies and getting legendaries. And it's a cool video. You guys should look up. It's just type in like Nero's Let's Plays Tubbies Guide or something like that if you guys want to check out that video. It's pretty cool if you like Borderlands 2, and it can actually be pretty informative if you guys didn't already know about how an easy way to get legendaries Tubbies is. So you guys can check that out. But yeah, I'll definitely be doing tons of Borderlands pre-sequel videos, but they will probably be over on Nero's Let's Plays. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, the past couple months I've been trying to rank up the Prestige Master in Black Ops 2 since I'm not really the biggest fan of Call of Duty Ghost, but lately Black Ops 2 has become very, very stale. I have no drive to play Call of Duty at all. I tried taking a break from it, so I came back about 2 weeks later and I ended up playing 2 games, then I just got off. I want to play, but it just gets boring after a few games. I was wondering if you've ever had this problem. P.S. Congratulations on 250,000 subscribers. Brady from Iowa. So Brady, thank you for the congrats. That's I don't know. It's so cool to hit 250,000 subs. I think it's pretty cool. So you're bored of Call of Duty? Really? You're telling me that there's people in this world that get bored of Call of Duty? I think everybody does, right? It's Call of Duty, and here's the thing, right? So Call of Duty Ghosts was kind of a letdown. It was a commercial letdown in that it did not sell nearly as much as Black Ops 2. And it was also a letdown for a lot of players that they did not like the changes that they made. And a lot of people went back to Black Ops 2. And that's not just an opinion. That's actually fact. There's actually statistical proof where if you combine all the people playing Call of Duty Ghosts on any given time on any platform and then compare that to the amount of people playing Black Ops 2 on any platform, there's more people playing Black Ops 2. More people are playing that game as compared to the new one. And this is not just because the game is already kind of old. This was happening like 3 months into the game. Like a lot of people were let down by Call of Duty Ghosts. That's understandable, so you went back to Black Ops 2. The thing about going back to a game like Black Ops 2 is you've already played that game for a whole year. You can't play 2 years worth of a Call of Duty like that straight. I mean, I've been playing World of War since 2008, off and on, right? But I've been playing World of War every day, nonstop, since, 2008. You take breaks in between. You go back and you play. You hop on, you play a few matches, whatnot. That's what you can do with Black Ops 2. But if Call of Duty is your main game, that's the only game you ever want to play, playing one of those Call of Duty games for 2 straight years can be pretty tiresome. You get tired of the guns. Everything just kind of seems boring. You're tired of the kill streaks. You're damn tired of looking at the maps. That's something that can definitely happen. It's totally normal. It's totally normal that if you're doing just one thing all the time that you're going to get bored of it. So I definitely recommend to you, there's other games than Call of Duty out there that you can probably play. I'm in the same boat, man. I've made so many Call of Duty YouTube videos here, and because of that, I've had to play a ridiculous amount of Call of Duty over the years. And to kind of keep my sanity is I go and play a bunch of other games outside of Call of Duty. I don't post them because you guys aren't interested in anything but Call of Duty, it seems like, but I play a bunch of games outside of Call of Duty, and that's how I kind of keep my sanity. Because if I were just to only play Call of Duty nonstop, God, that would just be boring. That'd be boring as all hell, wouldn't it? So mix in some other games. Maybe try out a completely different genre. Maybe you want to try out an RPG game. Maybe you want to try playing an MMO. Maybe you want to try out something like a turn-based strategy game. Maybe you want to play something like a sports simulator. Who knows? Maybe you just want to play a normal simulation game. It doesn't need to be sports. Trying to play just some other stuff. You might have some fun. You might end up, finding some games that you become a lifelong fan of. For example, when I was kind of bored of Call of Duty a few years back, I tried out Borderlands. And guess what? Borderlands is just one of my favorite series ever. When I was bored of Call of Duty a few years back, I tried out Skyrim. Now, I love the Elder Scrolls series. Ended up playing Skyrim, ended up playing the holy hell out of Elder Scrolls Online. Got bored a few months ago, tried out Civilization 5. Damn fun game. Got bored a few weeks ago, started playing World of Warcraft. That fucking game will tear your life apart. It's so fun. Just try out different stuff. Try out different games. I think you'll enjoy it. And by no means I'd say you need to quit Call of Duty because it's stupid, but it's definitely good to have a bunch of different genres and a bunch of different kind of games in your little arsenal that you can go and play, and so you're never actually kind of bored. Because at the end of the day, guys, it is your leisure time. Your leisure time should be spent enjoying yourself. It should not be, you being bored, like, oh, well, I got a few hours before I need to go to bed. Let me just go be bored on this game for a while. If you're not enjoying it, don't do it. If it's your leisure time, that's your time. You're supposed to enjoy yourself. Do something else. Try something different. You might be surprised as to what you would like. I remember back a few years ago, I was kind of bored of Call of Duty. I tried out Red Dead Redemption, and good God, that game is freaking amazing. So, just try out new stuff. Just try out new stuff. You may be pleasantly surprised by a lot of the stuff that's out there. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, knowing that Advanced Warfare is so different from all the other Call of Duty games, what do you think about them incorporating bots? I know that I play against them to get a feel for the maps and overall how the game will be played. Keep up the great work. Love your vids, Brendan. So, Brendan, there's two ways I can take this question. Do I think there's going to be bots in Advanced Warfare? I totally think that there would be bots in private matches. They've done this over the past few Call of Duty games. It seems like the kind of a feature to be pretty silly for them not to incorporate. And it seems like such a simple thing for them to put into the game was the option to add bots in the private match. That way you can just play against bots in a private match if you want to, try out different gun loadouts, or if you want to try out different kill streak subs, or you just want to, learn the maps. It's great. It's a great system to be able to have that in there. I definitely hope that's in there. But another way I could take your question, this is how I initially took it when I read it and I put it in my little text document here, was, do I think Advanced Warfare is going to feature actual bots? Imagine bots within the Call of Duty franchise. Kind of like what they have with Titanfall. A lot of people are wondering, since Advanced Warfare and Titanfall are drawing all these different kinds of similarities between each other, a lot of people are wondering, will they be adding some kind of bots? Because it did add a new system into Titanfall. It was something new to have a bunch of bots like that running around in an online multiplayer environment, so that was kind of neat. And I don't think Call of Duty would ever actually have that, though. The reason bots, I feel as though, were in Titanfall is because the maps themselves are so freaking ginormous. Can you imagine like a 6-on-6 on the sizes of the maps in Titanfall without the help of bots running around? It wouldn't be that fun. I think they have some new game modes that actually have that system implemented into them, but that would be boring as hell. And I have no incline whatsoever to even try out a game mode like that, because having the bots there, it makes you feel like you're doing something. If you can't find people, you at least have bots take out, and taking out those bots and game modes like attrition actually can help out your team. So they actually do something for the game. They actually add something to the game. I actually thought it worked out well within Titanfall. I don't picture that working that well within Call of Duty. It just doesn't seem like the kind of thing that would make a ton of sense. Like, you picture one of the smaller maps, like picture Strike Zone in Call of Duty Ghosts. How would that work if we had 6 actual players on the enemy team and then we also had 6 bots running around? That would just be a cluster. There'd be tons of people all the time. You would never know who you're killing. Being a YouTuber would be really hard. People are like, oh, look at all the bots you killed. How come you didn't kill enough players this game? And it'd be weird. It definitely would. It wouldn't feel like Call of Duty at that point. But the idea of having bots in private matches, totally give you the option, to be able to have bots in private matches, as many bots as you want. Do you want 9 bots on the enemy team versus just you in a free for all or a team deathmatch? Go for it. Do you want to have 5 bots on your team, 6 bots on the enemy team, and then put the difficulty on the highest, and then you have a really competitive match against the computer? You can do that. That's a cool thing. I like the idea of bots in private matches, not so much in the actual online game itself. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, I'm thinking of getting a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One, but I don't know which one to get. All my friends are playing Xbox, but people say the PlayStation 4 has better graphics and works better than the Xbox One. Which next-gen console should I get? From Justin. So Justin, let me tell you, it comes down to how much more fun you're going to have with that system, right? If all your friends are on Xbox, get the Xbox, man. They're all all your friends are going to be there. How much fun are you going to have on a PlayStation 4 playing by yourself? That doesn't make any sense. If you watch this channel, don't even try and deny it. If you watch this channel, you are a Call of Duty fan. You like Call of Duty if you watch NerosCinema and you watch my videos on a fairly consistent basis. And because of that, you like Call of Duty, therefore you play online, therefore you probably have some friends that you also play online with. And do you want to abandon them just to go over to another console? And while that console is great, I have nothing against the PlayStation 4. Do you really want to go over there and have to start over, where you have to make new friends and have to learn an entire new system, be it with the new controller and the new interface that you have with the PlayStation as compared to the Xbox, which you're used to? Do you really want to do that, or do you just want to stay with where you're comfortable, stay with where your friends are at, and have some fun? That makes sense. I'm not trying to bash the PlayStation. I'm saying if you already have the Xbox and all of your friends have the Xbox, why would you switch systems? Just because of better graphics? That doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. So I definitely recommend you get the Xbox. I definitely recommend that to all of you guys out there. If you're wondering about which next-gen console you should get the ones your friends are playing. You and all your friends should sit down, have a little powwow, and discuss which system that all of you guys are gonna eventually get. All my friends ended up getting the Xbox One. And that's because we were all Xbox 360 players. And I talked about so many times back in the day, back when we first learned about the new next-gen consoles, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox 720, as people thought it was called back then before we learned it was called the Xbox One. Everyone called it the Xbox 720. I told people back in the day, I'm like, guys, I don't see how this console war even exists, because I don't know about you guys, but I've always played on the Xbox, therefore I'm getting the Xbox One. I think the same thing happened for a lot of people that were like, okay, I've always been a PlayStation 3 player, I'm going to get the PS4, because it's the system you're used to. You've got your account, you've got all your achievements, you've got everything, you're just comfortable there. Why would you not end up getting the next-gen version of the console you already have? It just makes more sense to me. And then now there's this entire console war. I think in the coming days we'll make a video talking about the console war, because I could go on for another 30 minutes talking about the console war and talking about how just bullshit that entire system is, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to recommend to you, Justin, get the console wherever your friends are playing on. And if all your friends don't have an Xbox One yet, don't even upgrade. Wait until all upgrade together. Do something like that. It's all about gaming for me, especially online gaming. It's all about having fun with your friends. And if you don't have any friends to have fun with, then what's the point? Next day and final question, he's going to write, Dear Nero, do you think pre-order bonuses are fair? From Jack. So Jack, I would say pre-order bonuses are relatively fair. I've never actually seen a system. I'm sure there's some game that I haven't played that there was a horrible system that you guys let me know about in the comments. But there's never been games I've been a part of that had a pre-order bonus that was so ridiculous that it was just absurd. Like, I picture something like, in Call of Duty, for example. There's a pre-order bonus. And there are pre-order bonus guns, I think, actually, within Advanced Warfare. But imagine if that pre-order bonus gun was a ridiculously powerful gun that was just so much better than all the other guns. It was the equivalent equivalent of the MP40, but in Advanced Warfare. You know, that would be kind of bullshit. But for the most part, pre-order bonuses, from what I can tell, just kind of give you some really more or less cosmetic stuff to the game. Maybe they give you some other special quirks and bonuses, like with Advanced Warfare. If you pre-order it, you get the Day Zero edition, which will allow you to play the game 24 hours before people that didn't pre-order the game. That's kind of a nice feature. That's kind of a nice little bonus, but that's exactly what it is. It's a bonus. It's an incentive to get you to want to pre-order the game, to put money down on the game. And once you have money down on the game, that's when the sunk cost fallacy comes in, and that's when you say, okay, well, I've already paid $5 for this game. I'm already kind of interested in it, so now no matter what, I have to buy this game. I'm okay with pre-ordering games that you know for a fact are going to be a game you're going to enjoy. Call of Duty, regardless if you didn't like Call of Duty Ghost or whatever, you like Call of Duty. You know, it's a safe bet to pre-order on Call of Duty games. You know what you're going to get with a Call of Duty game. Same thing goes with Battlefield games. Same thing goes with Madden games. Same thing goes with all the other franchises out there that have been around for many, many years. But when a brand new game comes out is from a new studio, it's from a new developer, you don't really know much about the game, but it looks interesting, it looks promising, but you don't know that much about it. Or especially if you're something like on Steam, where you're going into early access and you're buying an early access version of a game, and you have no idea if that game's even going to be completed, or if it's a game that's coming out like on consoles, and you have no idea if that game's even going to be any good. Don't pre-order those games, guys. Don't give them your money. You don't know what's going to happen with that game. You might find out later on that was a complete waste of your money to try and pre-order that game because you didn't end up getting it, you know. Pre-order bonuses, they can be nice, but just keep in mind you should only be pre-ordering things that you know for a fact or you're going to get what you expected out of it, you know, such as, you know, franchises that have been going on for many, many years, so you can definitely have an idea of what you can expect from that game. So that's my opinion on pre-orders and pre-order bonuses. I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of Dear Nero, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. And if you guys would like to send in your guys' questions for next week's episode of Dear Nero, simply send me a personal message here on YouTube. Make the title of the message Dear Nero, and if it's a good question, an entertaining question, and above all, a question I've not yet answered a million times, I would do my best to go ahead and answer it in next week's episode. So once again, hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.